guys, I've got some slides here, Peter, to run through. I'm assuming I've got access to be able to pop those up to get started. What I thought would be really neat is for you guys to jump in whenever you want to as we go through this. But I thought it would be great is some of the great agents who have pivoted beautifully in the Australian marketplace and New Zealand marketplace that I've got the great pleasure of coaching. I thought I'd share with you some of the key strategies that we're going through with them that can make it happen. I think it seems like the Aussie government and the economic issues, we've actually shut down probably faster than a lot of other countries. So slowed the spread as such of all the health and safety issues. But what has happened with that is there's been a need to reposition and refocus the businesses. So I thought I'd just run through a whole series of really cool ideas to make that happen. And I think, Amy, you just might need to allow me to share my screen. I can just zoom that on.
Peter, can you give him authority, or Amy, can you give him authority to share a screen, please?
Here we go. Thank you kindly, guys. So if there is at any stage the lack of clarity or that doesn't make sense, you guys just jump in and zoom through it. The first thing is, this is one of my favorite key quick win upgrades for you to put into your dialogue. And that is just start using the word strategy. So we have open homes. No, we have an open home strategy. We have a buyer engagement plan. No, we have a buyer engagement strategy. We have a marketing, we're going to put some advertising out. No, we're going to have a marketing strategy for you. We're great at negotiating. No, we have a negotiation strategy. So simply by adding the word strategy to the front end of everything you do, I guarantee you'll upgrade the quality of your dialogue and how it lands in a client's eyes. And look, one of the things that Peter, I'm really focused on is how do we make sure the dialogue lands brilliantly well from a client point of view. What I will say is this is alive and well at the moment within real estate, and that is a confused mind stalls. So if I've got a level of confusion, it'll look like I'm being lazy. It'll look like I'm procrastinating, but in actual fact, I am just confused. So anyone who's out there who's listening into this and saying, you know what? I feel like I'm being a bit lazy. I feel like I'm procrastinating. In actual fact, it just might be that you actually got this level of confusion going on. So what I want to do today, and hopefully guys will achieve this, is to turn down the noise and turn up the focus on what is it going to what do you need to do to actually make a difference. Now, one of the key things that I'm putting in place with all of my clients is a 30-day plan. Not a 12-month plan, not a 6-month plan, not even a 90-day plan, a 30-day plan. So the best outcome coming out of today is if you guys could go and turn around and say, okay, what is my 30-day plan? And by the way, there are only 3 key headings I'd love you to take on board with this. The first one is, what are the priorities? So, key priorities would be the first heading. So you want to write this down right now, guys. So you've got it as a structure as we go through this. So number 1, key priorities. Awesome. So in the next 30 days, what are the key priorities? And by the way, I think you ought to have both personal and business there as to what are the key priorities. Second is, then what are the projects that will actually drive those key priorities? Is there 1, 2, or 3 projects that I can put on board? And Todd, you'll remember this from the conference you came to in Sydney, is I'm a fantastic believer of less things implemented better will always outperform a lot of things implemented poorly. So what are those few key projects that you're going to put in place? And then the final one is your action plan. So what are the things I need to be in massive action with that'll actually produce the best result possible? So 30-day plan, 30-day plan, 30-day plan. Given that, one of the big things that we're talking about with our clients is this concept of what is it you can control, what is it you can influence, and then what's outside of your control and outside of your influence. And this is one of our key coaching models. And as simple as this is, and Todd, I'm sure your guys have actually seen or heard something similar to this before. Everything that we're going to go through today is going to be either in your control or in your influence. And yeah, it's not to say don't be concerned with what's happening that's outside your control or outside your influence. But the most powerful agents in the marketplace right now, the most powerful leaders, are looking at it and saying, what can I control? What can I influence? And as soon as you get clear on that center, you become super, super focused. An exercise that I'll do, and I might just jump out to show you this, is out of today, guys, I guarantee you're going to have a list of can do and a list of can't do. This is my electronic whiteboard, by the way, guys, just here. Can do and can't do. You love it? And quite simply, what we've had, Peter, in the Australian marketplace is things have been moving between these two. So, I can't do that. Actually, I can do that. Oh, I can do that. No, I can't do that. So what we've seen happen is a lot of the time people are focused, I can't do this, I can't do this, I can't do this. So we're stalling because we can't do those things, as opposed to I'm saying, well, hang on a check, what can you do? Oh, I can do this, I can do this, I can do this. Well, focus on putting those things in place and making a difference. Clearly, one of the things that we've talked about a lot, there are two kinds of calls we need to make to clients at the moment. The first kind of calls are care calls, is Care Connects. And I'm sure you guys are doing a whole series of those, which is literally a check-in to see how you're going. The second kind of call is a value call. And we had a really strong 2 weeks of panic in the Australian marketplace. No question about it. Like, what's going to happen? Is this the end of the world? Is what's going to occur here? So in that mode, if you were to actually contact someone for a value call, guarantee it was like, you were being opportunistic in that moment. If you contacted someone as a care call, you were being empathetic, you were being connected, and it elevated your position as an agent in the marketplace. So can do, yes, absolutely do the value calls, but just make sure they're backed up, or they start with a care call. How are you going? Where are you at? And then move from there into this mode of, well, okay, how do we actually deliver value in the process?